This week in Minecraft has probably been the biggest we've saw for quite a long time now. Not only did we get the release date for the Caves and Cliffs update part 2, we also got 3 pre-releases and a bunch of information potentially hinting at a Caves and Cliffs update part 3. All of this information and more will be in this video. If you're enjoying the This Week in Minecraft series I recently created, be sure you let me know down below in the comments what you think of it and drop a like on the video to show support if you want more episodes. But without going on for any longer, let's get right into the information. Just in case you're new around here and you have no idea what this series is or what I'm even talking about, This Week in Minecraft is basically a weekly series I created where we recap all of the previous information we saw throughout the week, so you can stay up to date with all of the latest information. Down below in the description I will put links to all of my in-depth full-length videos talking about each of these in their own videos. So if you want to go into more detail about things I talk about throughout, just check the description for the links to my full videos about them. But the first thing we need to recap is the release date for the Caves and Cliffs update part 2. Finally, we know when we're getting this thing, and if you do not know and you've not heard by now, November the 30th is the release date for the Caves and Cliffs update part 2, so be sure you note this down somewhere or add this video to your watch later so that you can remember when this amazing update is actually coming to the game. If you want a recap of what this update actually brings to the game, it basically brings all of the terrain generation from the Caves and Cliffs update, so the updated mountains, the updated caves being lush caves, dripstone caves, and unfortunately things like the deep dark and ancient cities have been pushed back to the wild update. But yeah, be sure you check out the full changelog for this update because there's a lot of content coming. But yeah, note this down in your calendar, November the 30th is the release date for the Caves and Cliffs update part 2. And this is where the Caves and Cliffs update part 3 comes in. In the Minecraft.net article talking about the release date for the Caves and Cliffs update part 2, there was a short paragraph which we've talked about many times here on the channel, but for a recap it says, you may have noticed that a few things were missing from the list of new stuff, namely archaeology, bundles and goat horns. This was not just because I couldn't come up with something quippy to write about them, because I totally could. Archaeology, I can dig it. See? Gold. No, these features have been put on hold. They have not been cancelled, we just had to put them on the back burner for now. While they won't be in the wild update, they are going to come to Minecraft in the future when we're able to add them in the best possible way. Until then, you have a bunch of mountains to climb and caves to dive into. That's going to take some time, especially if you navigate like I do. Minimal planning, maximum confidence. But yeah, that paragraph there does confirm that the archaeology system, goat horns and bundles have all been removed from the Caves and Cliffs update part 3, and they are not going to be coming in the wild update, meaning that these features are coming to the game in a future update. It could be 1.20, 1.21, 1.22, but all we know so far, it's not going to be in the Caves and Cliffs update part 2, and it's not going to be in the wild update. And this has sparked a bunch of people talking about the possibility of the Caves and Cliffs update part 3. Let's kind of look at a few reasons why this could be happening. Let's not forget that the Minecraft Caves and Cliffs update has been hugely successful for Mojang, and you know, it's done its job. It's brought in a bunch of new players to the game, it's brought a lot of old players back to the game, and it's basically overall increased the player count of the game. It's brought a bunch of people back, a lot of old players, a lot of returning players, and overall it's just been a very, very successful update. I would say it's probably been the most successful Mojang have done at engaging with the Minecraft community and showing us that they know exactly what we want want in a Minecraft update. Unfortunately though, this update still leaves quite a lot to be desired. If you do not count the Deep Dark, there's only about 2 new cave biomes coming to the game, which although incredible, as I said, still leaves a lot to be desired for quite a few people. There's been a lot out there talking about potential biomes I would like to be added to the caves, and I think Mojang have really stumbled upon something here. It did get quite repetitive with them just adding a new above world biome, although cool, you know, it just started to feel very repetitive. But now Mojang have introduced this new cave biome system. This adds a lot of room for Mojang to expand and add a bunch of new content. Like, can you imagine them not only adding above ground biomes from now on, but cave biomes? Obviously, we've all saw the example of like a magma underground cave biome, or some kind of a frozen one, or a desert one, a bunch of things like that. There's a bunch of cool ideas and concepts out there for caves Mojang could introduce, and it just increases the exploration aspect of Minecraft by so much. It was fun exploring dimensions and biomes in Minecraft, but exploring these different biomes in caves in Minecraft just takes the exploration to a whole new level. So yeah, a lot of people do believe that this is potentially hinting at a Caves and Cliffs update part 3. Finally, let's touch upon the pre-releases. In this week, we not only got 1 pre-release, not 2, but we got 3. On November the 17th, we got 2 pre-releases, pre-release 3 and 4. And then a few days later, on November the 19th, we did get pre-release 5, which is the last pre-release for this week. Now, although this is all very interesting, I believe that we could be about to enter the release candidate phase, which is the final phase of a Minecraft update before it's fully released. I think 5 pre-releases is about right. With previous updates, we've got a few less for some, for others we got a few more than 5, and I think next week we could start to see release candidates. There's no other time they can release. Let's not forget, next week after this one, when I'm recording this video, is the final week until the release of the Minecraft Caves and Cliffs update part 2. So if they do not start releasing them next week, they only have up until the 29th, which is the day before the release of the Caves and Cliffs update part 2, to get a release candidate out. So I would say there's a very solid 80 to 90% chance that next week we will start seeing release candidates instead of pre-releases. But that is all of this week's information, everyone. Be sure to let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. This is episode 2, so week 2 of the new series I created this week in Minecraft. If it's something you enjoy and you would like to see more episodes, be sure you drop a like on this video to show that you would like to see more episodes. If you guys do not care about this series or do not like it or find it useful, of course I will stop it and replace this series with a series of videos that you guys may find more interesting. But of course, if you want this series to continue, show support on it down below in the comments and with that like button. But it's been me, ItzJhief. Everyone have an amazing day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.